how many people, I'm sorry to interrupt, but how many people know or have heard stories, either you know people like this or you've heard enough stories about successful people where somebody told them, because certain people, they love this, it's their driver, told them, you can't do that. Oh, why don't we show you, okay? That can't be done. Oh, good, that fueled me right up. But some of you are like, oh, well, I guess it can't be done. See, it's the response to the same stimuli. Some of you will take it and be defeated and just say, oh, well, they said it can't be done. Others will be like, oh, don't tell me I can't do it. And don't tell me it can't be done. You don't have, see, this is an argument I have with the sort of young crowd of communists that are coming up who don't understand the value of why should the head of the company make so much money, okay? Why isn't it being paid out to the workers? They said because everything in, at least the capitalist world, is based on replaceability. How many people can do what you do? Okay, the person that without them, that thing doesn't even exist because they're the ones who said it could be done when everybody said no, it couldn't, who took the risk and ignored it, they deserve what they get. And I don't see how you can't see that, all right? And I tried to explain to one of them, I said, look, you think everybody at this little fast food place should all be like making decisions. I said, then the place will go out of business immediately. Because it takes a certain personality with a certain understanding of risk and decision-making and all those things to make something work. Which, by the way, if you are ever looking at businesses, there are a lot of really big companies out there that start doing all like this until they get a new CEO, and then some of them all of a sudden go, and because that person deserves everything they get because they turned it around. Anybody know about Lee Iacocca and what he did in the car industry? Okay, he took that whole business and turned it completely around. Okay, I'm just saying is, it's a mindset, and they're not unique, but unfortunately they seem like it because most people, you know what? It's kind of like in the Matrix. Free your mind, Neo. Okay, free your mind. When he's in that simulator and Morpheus says to him, do you really think I'm faster than you? Do you really think that's air you're breathing? Do you really think in this environment that these limitations are there? Well, I can't hit you, you're faster than me. Why do you think I'm faster than you? We're in a simulator. Okay, free your mind. You guys don't really think the things that are possible enough. That's why you're limited. That's why it says, let this mind be in you, the Messiah's mind, where all things are possible. But we don't want to have that. We don't want to get there. And so we really don't have, we've limited our will or freedom of will to really go out and believe anything, okay? So it's not that we don't have free will, it's in a little box. We feel like we have free will within this little box. I have freedom to choose these 4 or 5 things in this little box I'm in, or maybe a little bit bigger box, but you're still boxed in, okay? Instead of sitting there going, when someone says you can't do this, say, why? Why can't I do it? Why not? Okay? Well, because nobody else has ever done it. Good, then I'll be the first. Okay? Which is why when I call customer service, and I often have a person on the phone saying, which is funny, we still kind of make this kind of hand, which is not what a phone looks like anymore. I should be like this. Okay? Then it looks like I'm talking into like a CB radio or something. All right, people are like, what's a CB radio? Never mind. Good, buddy. All right, anyway, but the thing is, I'm on the phone and they'll say to me, well, we can't do that. I said, no, you can't do that because you're not allowed to do that. You've been limited in what you can do. Go ahead and get me a supervisor. It can be done. I'm not asking you to do something that physically can't be done, okay? What I asked for, you're not allowed to do. And you've been told it can't be done. But unless it's outside the scope of physically actually being capable to be done, then okay. Let me talk to somebody that can do it, all right? And so, but they've already bought into that it can't be done because they were told it can't be done, okay? Because the upper people above them said, we don't want to deal with this, just tell everybody it can't be done. I'm like, no, it can be done. I just got to find the person that can do it, okay? And that's kind of what you need to start thinking about in your life. How many things could you actually accomplish and do and achieve in the 7 areas that you've limited your thoughts on how far you can go there? How much can you actually accomplish in any of those 7 areas? The limiting factor is you and allowing others to influence you in the negative instead of inspiring you in the positive. Inspiration gets you to say, I can do it. It is possible, okay? I'm just saying, all things are possible.